Hey, y'all, hope y'all doing well. Today we are with the infamous Retire with Less series. I've been extremely busy this past week, so I know those who follow the live stream missed the live stream. We had a wedding, so we did that. And on some other notes, YouTube has just kind of fallen off, right? Everybody have noticed Google shared their earnings, and they said YouTube ad revenue has declined a significant amount. And that affects the creators, and especially affects the small creators like myself, because as the ad revenue shrinks for Google, uh, you know, they're going to select, right, where they're going to put that ad placement for the companies, right? So they're going to select, the more popular YouTubers, obviously, and obviously I'm not one of them. So all that being said, the Amazon link that is down below is really helping. Okay, guys, because revenue's down over 50%, but the Amazon revenue is up in a big way. I think we did almost $70 in the month of October, and that is really making this palatable. If that is a word, I tried to sound smart there, but it's really, holding up the boat here, right? And I really do appreciate that. So, all of you guys that are using the Amazon link, thank you. Down below is the link. If you shop on Amazon, use my link. Amazon will send me a small commission on qualified purchases at no extra cost to you. Just bookmark it and use it every time. I really appreciate that. That's really helping in a big way. So anyway, what is the Retire with Less series? The Retire with Less series is it's kind of a poking the bear of the expert, right? That says you need millions and millions of dollars to retire. With inflation going on, they kind of have the upper hand, and they're almost right. But that being said, the vast majority of working, what do you call them, blue collar Americans, the hard truth is we'll probably never have millions of dollars. They'll probably never have $1 million. Okay. So what is in the offing for them, right? There's got to be some way, right? And there really is. And that's why I started this series. It's been going on for over 2 years now. You can go watch it. The playlist is there, Retire with Less series, and go all the way back. We started with $250,000, and we've been pulling off, $2,500 to $3,000 every single month out of this portfolio we're using options. I know typically when you have somebody that doesn't know what options are, that typically draws a negative connotation to it, right? Because when you hear options, if you're not familiar, the first thing you think of is risky. But we've been doing this for 2 years, and I got to say, very simple, very easy, nothing to where you will, blow up your account and go to nothing. It's just simply not going to happen. There are option strategies out there that can happen to you. But if you stick with the extreme basics, like I show you here, you can be successful, and you can, generate 2,000. This is a $250,000 portfolio, and we're generating roughly $3,000 a month each and every month, right? That's nothing to sneeze at all, right? So you're going to retire. Can you retire on $3,000? Some people can. But if you don't have millions of dollars, maybe $3,000 will help. You're collecting Social Security. Maybe you have a part-time job that you enjoy. Maybe you have a side hustle that you like. Maybe you can live off $3,000. I don't know. But the point is, $250,000 portfolio can generate you roughly about $3,000 a month. Using the simple wheel strategy is basically what this is. Cash secured puts, covered calls. Okay. and let's just get into it. So I appreciate you guys coming along, and let's get into it. So what we got here is September. We're just going to do a quick review. We own 2,000 shares of SOXL. We sold a few covered calls and some puts on SOXL that we got assigned on. And then if any of you following me, I have to adjust RYLD, and I did that in October. And then IWM, we don't own anything here. We did get rid of, remember, we got rid of QILD altogether. So we're completely in cash on the now IWM side. So let's take a look real quick, at October numbers. So October numbers, what we got here is we got assigned SOXL. So we had to buy another 1,000 shares of SOXL. Now I got to admit, this is getting a little heavy in SOXL, but we had to bring our cost basis down because we were at, where were we at? We were at $20.50 a share, and now we're down to $16.67. So it's getting a little palatable, but it's not exactly where it needs to be. So we do own 3,000 shares of SOXL. That's the semiconductor ETF. We do own 400 shares of QQQ, which is the NASDAQ, at $300 a share. What else did we do? The only thing we did a couple of things this month. On the QQQ side, we sold 4 covered calls. Now, we could have waited. If we would have waited until this past week, we would have got a lot more premium because the market's been going up here. Actually, the NASDAQ's been a little rough this week. But anyway, we sold 4 contracts at a 300 strike, which is our cost basis, right? And we got $250 per contract. So that means by November 18th, actually that shouldn't be there, by November 18th, and neither should that. If QQQ reaches $300, we'll have to sell all 400 shares. If it doesn't reach $300, then nothing happens. You keep the $1,000, which is 250 times the 4 contracts. And then I know we're getting heavy in SOXL, like I said, but we sold 10 contracts at a $7 strike. That'll really get our cost basis down, and we collected $57 for each contract, so $570 there. And that's all we did. We didn't sell any SOXL covered calls. We're just sitting on that for now. And then RYLD, I might switch this RYLD out. Probably for Jeppy or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to sit on that for a minute. We're down about 10 grand in that one, but it gave us 19.5 cents, so about $389 in income for the month. So total for the month, all we have is $7,000 that we need to secure these 10 contracts at a 7 strike for SOXL. The covered call contracts are being covered by the shares that you own. Okay, hope that makes sense. Now, if you did some quick math, you'll know that we did not make $3,000. The goal here is to make $3,000 a month. We did not make $3,000 this month. We made $1,959, and I'm okay with that. And people are going to say, well, you can't do that all the time. Well, if you don't want to force the issue in the market, right? If you look, that's why in these situations, when you have cash, right? We have $90,000 in cash in here in this account, in this paper account. You don't have to force it to make the $3K, right? So we made $1,959. We're short $1,000, so we got to take it out of the cash to pay our bills or whatever. If you need $3K, that's just how it's going to go. So I did not want to force the issue, get too aggressive, and possibly make a mistake. So I'll just take what the market's going to give me, which was $1,959, and then we'll take $1,000 out of the cash, out of the $90,000 that we have sitting there, and we live to see another month. Okay. So right now we're sitting on $90,000 in cash, and then we have $83,000 that is really available because this is the cash minus secured, and the secured is the $7,000 for those SOXL puts. So not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Now that's not a big earnings yield. That's probably about 13% on money used for the year, right? 13% dividend yield. But it's better than a poke in the eye and better than losing money. So we'll see if the NASDAQ can rise up in November to 300. We'll start the wheel back over again. So how does the IWM side or the small cap side look like? The small cap side looks like very boring because we're pretty much still all in cash. We did say last month that these all expired worthless because we had a $170 strike and it closed above that. So we just stayed in cash. So today, sorry about all these NAs. There's nothing there because we don't own anything. All we have here is cash. We went to the 165 strike out to, sorry, didn't change that, out to November 18th. And we sold 10 of those contracts. So what does that mean? By November 18th, if IWM is 165 or below, we would need to buy 1,000 shares of IWM, and at a price of $165 a share for a total of $165,000. So we need to set aside $165,000, and what that did was pay us $300 per contract. So we got our $3,000 for the month. No excess, right? So we're just at $3,000. We got rid of QILD. We started with 250, ended up with 202. And then we switched over to IWM. Now, the goal here is to hopefully try to build this cash pile back up, right? But we also have to live in taking $3,000 off of it. So currently, the cash minus secured is $37,868. So we have $37,000 in cold hard cash. $165,000 is secure in the 10 cash secured put contracts, and life is good so far. This one was an annual yield of 21.82%. How do you come up with that? Well, let me show you real quick. If you collected $3,000 in premium, you're using $165,000 to secure that. So you divide that by $165,000 equals 0.18. You times that by 100. You got 1.8%. Times that by 12. 21.8% dividend yield off of your cash because you don't own anything on this side. And all you're doing is hopefully getting assigned, and you'll start the wheel. If you don't get assigned though, and you get to be able to collect, cash every single month, then my thought is, why own it, right? Might as well stay in cash. You're retired. So that's all I got for Retire with Less. Hope that helps. PSA, I don't know what's going to happen with YouTube. I'm going to ride it out. It seems like they're making a big push for people to make YouTube shorts. And I got to be honest, I'm not a fan of YouTube shorts. I made one. It didn't really, I really don't like it, to be honest with you. I'm not a YouTube shorts guy. I see my YouTube subscription page for myself, and I see all these people making shorts, and I literally unsubscribe. I don't know. It just clutters up my subscription feed. So I don't know if I'm going to get into, they might force me into doing YouTube shorts. You guys let me know. I'm a long form guy. I like sitting back and watching 30-minute, 1 hour episodes of stuff. So, doing these short things like a TikTok thing, it just really doesn't appeal to me. I guess I'm old. I don't get it, but, you guys give me your thoughts. But, again, down below, Amazon link, that's going to help me out, because, if I'm not going to do YouTube shorts and YouTube ad revenue is going down, they're not pushing out my content. That's really just how it's going. So, if you could, please use the Amazon link. That would really, really kind of pick me up and give me some motivation to continue doing this. So appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.